Hi everyone, welcome back to another podcast video and I'm here with my colleague James Aquino. Hi James.
Hi.
Okay, so in this
Um,
time, we're going to learn about graduate studies or graduate school. As you know, me and James are currently enrolled in our master's degree at San Pedro College of
taking
Davao.
it.
We're still finishing it and we're almost there, fingers crossed. Okay, so let's learn about why do we pursue masters? Bakit ba kailangan mag-masters, Sir Said? So James, at the first glance, very short lang, bakit ka nag-pick ng masters mo?
Money.
Oh,
There's not a lot of career opportunities for psychometrician in the Philippines, but there are a lot with psychologists. So it made sense for me to take grad graduate
graduate
school,
studies.
graduate
Mm-hmm.
studies, so that I can get a better career. And personally, I always wanted to be a therapist, a children's therapist, children's psychologist. So this is the most logical route for
That
me.
is the gateway for
Yeah.
you. Well, for me, I have a different
Hmm.
story. I take masters and I want to finish it right now for job ranking purposes. As you all know, a master's degree is very important when you're teaching in college. It is very important that you have these credentials for you to get accepted and for you to have a higher salary pay or whatnot. Okay, importante siya. It needs you need to prove them that you are capable and you are continuing your education. And yun, also a graduate studies help you become more competent, right, James? It gives you
Yes.
it gives you a heads up to other people who are like baccalaureate. Sila, they are like college graduates. It gives another credential for you, which I see effective in looking for a job. Importante, James, di ba?
Yeah, yeah. And it's great actually. You learn a lot of things you thought you would never learn.
Correct, and you will be more mature. You will grow and you will learn a lot of things, and this will help you gain connections because your classmates are also working from other industries, and you can learn about ano yung trabaho niya, ano yung work niya, ganyan, ganyan. So, nagkakaroon tayo
Mm,
ng wide range of connections to other people. And by the way, we are
yeah,
in
it's great.
Davao City. Me and James are classmates, and we've been friends for quite some time.
Two
Okay?
years.
Yeah, and going
Been for
strong.
2 years.
Sure. So, ayun,
Going
James,
strong.
what do we usually do in graduate studies? Master of Science in Psychology. What do we do? Ano ba yung ginagawa natin? Ano yung mga
Uh,
requirements, Sir Sen?
well, most of the time people panic.
Yeah.
Just kidding. A
Ganun
lot
din
of the
ako
time it's
eh.
writing.
Writing. You
It's
need...
writing and then reports, lots of writing.
Correct.
That's the majority of it. When they joke about graduate school having to writing a lot, facing the computer, oh, you best better believe it's true. And there were also some fun projects we did where we went to Cotabato
Yeah.
for
Extension
practice
programs.
semester. Yes. And
Mm-hmm.
then there was also some opportunities for volunteer. We also had to make a case diagnosis on a real person with and then try to diagnose them if they, well, not try to diagnose, but try to screen them for potential problems with their behavior.
That's a
That was
good
also
term.
great. Yeah. But most of the time it's just writing. And I think if you're gonna be a grad student, if you're gonna take your graduate studies in psychology, you better brush up on your research and your writing skills,
Yeah, you needed to be patient
which
and
was
to be
never a problem.
equipped with resources kasi dyan ka talaga babase kung ano yung magiging output mo. Well, a lot
Yes.
of things that you will do in your masters like case analysis, right? You will analyze a
Mm-hmm.
case,
Mm-hmm.
you will give your feedback by having or by basing it on several resources. There's also essay
Mm-hmm.
writing, James, right? There's also this
Yes.
health program that you need to do by yourself, an SLE activity you need to prepare, which is a structured learning exercise or experience. Also, what
Like for
else,
workshop.
James? Workshops, you needed to be acquainted.
Yes.
Community based requirements, like you needed to be involved and do projects like action research, mostly like that. Also, research, research, research. And after a while, you need to have a thesis. You need to do a thesis. Okay, this is like, for me, a
I
most challenging
for
part.
only for the Masters of Science, those who are taking not the Masters of Science, they don't have to take a
Non-thesis program.
thesis. Yes, a thesis route. I took a thesis route because I was planning on going for a PhD. Because why not?
Yeah, yeah, that is right, James. Because a thesis program is required if you want to pursue to your doctorate studies, if you want to
Yes.
have your PhD. Importante yung may master's ka. Kasi it's like an added credential to you. Ayun, so what are the difficult things, James, that you have experienced in the
The
master's journey? Mm-hmm.
um, that's strange because I don't find master to be that difficult, but I
Char,
guess
sana
the
all.
deadlines
Mm-hmm.
would be difficult. No, it's because I went into my master's program expecting it to be super difficult, and
Me
since my
too.
expectations were super difficult, I just realized it that this is just moderately difficult. I was expecting super difficult. What's
La,
this moderately
yeah,
difficult? But
true. I expect like to have several requirements like 5 days a week, but you're just going to meet one day, one Saturday,
yeah,
hell
with
Saturday.
San Pedro, yes.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
so I think the only difficult thing is that you have to show up on time, you have to travel if you're far away, and then you have to balance your work, especially if you have a full time work. I don't have a full time work. I have my own form of making income,
Mm-hmm.
but for example for Cedie here, he's got a full time job and he has to
I need to
juggle
juggle
it
it
with his
out.
life,
Time management,
hmm
yeah. So you need to
time
sacrifice
management. So
some things.
that's a thing. And
Okay,
then and then the deadlines too.
you
Yeah,
need to respect the
the
teacher's
deadlines.
deadlines. You need to submit it. But a
Mm-hmm.
normal class will be you go to your class 8 o'clock, start your first class, and end to 12 o'clock. Then
Yes.
after a while, lunchtime, then 1 p.m. again, up to 5 p.m. Then you need, then
And then 5 to 9.
5 to 9, so there are breaks,
Yes.
but your teachers can some of your teachers allows you to eat during classes because they do understand that four
They also
hours
eat too.
class is so tedious and tiring, so they can respect if you
Oh
want
yes,
to
of
eat
course.
during class time. And of course, reporting is really reporting is life, right, James? I think we should report
Mm-hmm.
all the time during masters. I mean, your teacher will divide it towards several topics, and you will
Eh,
pick a topic, you will be assigned to a topic, then you will report it to your classmates. And she will give you a feedback, or she will
yes,
implore the lesson more.
they will give you a feedback. Yes, and I think that's about the majority of the difficulties I face with masters. But essentially, it's much kinder than undergraduate because undergraduates you have to do like 8 subjects a day a semester.
Yeah, but lesser
It's like eight.
requirements. I think lesser
No,
demands. Lesser demands in terms of the requirements, you know.
yeah,
But
but you have to do it every day. Every day for a week, you have to go report to class,
yeah,
and then you have to be there, and you have to do quizzes. Quizzes in masters, not so much. In
yeah,
undergraduates, it's like every single meeting. Yeah.
I agree to
So
that.
in a sense, it's
College is more tedious.
yeah.
That's
But
right.
college is more tedious. But since you have a job when you're working as a master's, when you have a job and you're studying,
That makes it
it
tiring.
takes a lot of your time. So
Correct. Mm-hmm.
that's what makes it tiring. That's why I'm actually fortunate enough that I'm not working full time to pay for my masters. So um, I mean I have money to pay for it, but I'm not working full time, so I have plenty of time to do my masters. So it's not as difficult as it is for me as it is for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, right, guys. So for me and for us, take up your masters. It will give you and it will lead you to higher job opportunities on the long run. This can also allow you to take on opportunities because as they see yung inyong mismong CV ninyo, makikita nila, oy, master's degree holder siya or she's currently taking up his master's. So this will elevate you to other employees out there who are also seeking the same job as you. Importante siya on many fields. Just take it, guys, habang bata pa kayo. And this will give you the advantage for you to excel. And of course, meeting a lot of people, learning, and never stop growing. That's what I can really say. Again, thank you so much, James, for this very wonderful experience.